Well, I'm very excited to have you back here at South by Southwest and premiering Amziah Wells. I'd love to hear, though, I mean, this is Andrew's second movie. I always love hearing, how a director may have unlocked something new in their actor when working with them, whether it was a little note in a scene or whether it was the way a certain scene was shot. Did you find that Andrew maybe unlocked something new in you that you could take into future performances?
I'd say he saw something and wanted something that he hadn't seen before, or that I haven't done before. This film's very musical.
Yes, you are.
Kind of just figuratively and literally, it's very musical. We actually sing and dance in this thing, but also just the writing is extremely poetic and musical. Consider myself a song and dance guy. It was fun to get over there and shake a gig and play a mandolin and croon a little bit, which you got to do.
Absolutely, you gotta have fun with it a little bit. And before I let you go down, I know Angelina's a big relationship with you in this film, and I'd love to hear if there was one scene in which maybe you really felt that dynamic and that rapport with her click while you were filming it.
Well, it was the first scene, and she did the same thing. It was this wonderful thing throughout, which the great thing about being an actor and working with non-actors is non-actors don't know how to act, and that's a compliment. Actors learn to act, and sometimes we forget to do the simplest thing, which is listen and behave honestly. It sounds simple, but that's the simple thing that some actors forget how to do. So when you're acting with the non-actor, you're reminded of that, because she only knew how to respond honestly, listen and respond honestly to whatever I did off camera. And she did it from the very beginning. I was like, oh, well, this is going to be easy for me. It makes my job easier. And I act less, which is good.
How are you feeling going into the premiere tonight?
Oh man, it feels amazing. South by Southwest is such a phenomenal platform to exhibit your film. So yeah, I'm super excited. This is my second project in South by Southwest. I had one called Bull in 2017, I believe, and that did pretty well here too. So I'm just grateful to have the kind of support we get from South by Southwest.
I love that. South by is such a great home for indie projects as much as big name projects. And so before I let you go further down the line, since we got you a little bit earlier, I love hearing what, every director unlocks something new, I find, when I talk to actors, whether it be with a little note or getting to film a scene a certain way with them. What did you find that Andrew maybe unlocked in you when you worked with him on this film?
Oh man, freedom, just go, Rob, go, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So it was a beautiful experience to work with him, because he gave us like a safe set, you know what I mean? And that's the best place to be vulnerable. So yeah, it was great.
I love hearing what a director may have unlocked in their actor to take into future performances, whether it's a little note in a scene or even the way a scene is shot. And I'm curious if you found working with Andrew unlocked something new to take with you into future projects.
I do remember, I have an accent in this film, and I do remember him going, if you don't nail this accent, you're just speaking in regular, like plain old English. And I went, fuck, this isn't something that he unlocked in me. Because I've had pressure being put on me before, but for the very first time I was like, oh fuck, if I don't nail this, I won't be given the opportunity. And it just I don't know, it was this pressure with accents that I feel like I've never had, because I feel like I do a lot of Latin accents and these different types of accents, but I've never done like middle America accent. And I think that was something that was like, all right, cool. If I fuck this up, I ain't gonna do it.
It's a very tricky accent to nail, so.
Say, and he wanted like a very specific Oklahoman accent. So I was like, I worked.
I was gonna ask, how long did you end up working with the linguistic coach?
I ended up working with this incredible dialect coach for maybe 2 weeks. Tim, oh my God, I'm so sorry. This is so long ago now that I forgot his name. Murr, maybe? Fuck. All I know is he did the dialect coach for Maestro.
Okay.
So he's incredible, and he's wonderful. And he helped me out. He did a lot of great work with me. And, in about 2 sessions, we kind of got the accent down. Then it was up to me to just nail it down. And I think I did. I mean, I have it in the movie, so Andrew certainly thinks I did.
Well, I can't wait to see how it turns out in there. And I'd love to actually hear from you before I let you go further down the line. What is one of the big things you're really looking forward to audiences taking away? I mean, I've heard everything from fun musical numbers to really emotional character relationships. What is the big thing you're looking forward to them seeing?
My banjo solo. We'll leave it at that.
First and foremost, congrats on the first film role, it being at South by Southwest. I mean, I know everybody's asking, but I'd love to hear what's really one of the most special elements about getting to bring your first film role to South by Southwest.
It's such an exciting thing in my like early career as an actor. I definitely feel the love here. It's just wonderful, and this film has taught me a lot about not only just like me as an actor, but also just me as like a person, and I kind of grew a lot with like all of these guys. They're like brothers. They're amazing. Yeah.
First and foremost, I was a big fan of The Vast of Night, so I was really excited to hear that you were reuniting with Andrew. What was it like when you saw the script and you started having a conversation about working with him once again?
It was really cool. I was so honored to be asked, because I think the characters are pretty different. And in this one, Remick is based on a couple guys from Andrew's real life back home. And so basically the prep was just hearing stories about them and hearing stories about the kind of guys that Andrew grew up with. And yeah, so that's how it started, yeah.
I love that. So with it being such a different character then, what would you say was maybe a key note or a key ingredient, maybe aside from the stories that you were just mentioning, to really help inform your performance going into this one?
I think that just like the sort of things that are important to this guy, he's honestly, he's seen a little more, he's lost a little more, maybe loves a little bit harder, so he's got a little more to lose, I think, than Everett did, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I'm really intrigued now to really get in there.
Yeah, I think Everett might have gotten there, but he was still like a kid who thought he was the absolute shit. So
that he really did, and what a journey that ended up for him. So before I let you go further down the line, I'd love to know. I mean, I've heard everything about fun musical numbers to really emotional character relationships. What is really the big thing you're looking forward to audiences getting to take away from this film?
I hope that they just get a beautiful sense of really like chaotic community and people who come together to get something done that is totally unexpected and sort of takes them by surprise, and just a feeling of warmth, and that you might not know these exact people, but you know them. They're around, and so yeah.
I can't wait to meet this whole ensemble cast of characters. Everybody sounds like they've done such an interesting job with their characters. So thank you for taking the time. I really appreciate it, man.